Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about 10 overhyped makeup products. Now these are makeup products that everybody loves and adores and raves about, and I just don't care for them. Now I must warn you, there's a lot of really popular items in here, but please do not come for me. If it works for you, great. It just doesn't work for me. So let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, and by the way, I do have everything that I talk about in this video on my face today. So the first thing we'll talk about is this Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. Now I don't know, I'm confused with this product, to be honest. I don't know if it's a primer or if it's a moisturizer, if it's a daytime moisturizer, if it's a nighttime moisturizer. It looks like this. It is really thick in consistency. Is that a word, consistency? It's really thick product, let's just say that. It looks like this. Now you could tell I haven't really used much, and I have had this for quite some time already. But I don't know, I'm just so confused by it. I did put it on today as my moisturizer, but I just feel like I said it's just too thick for a moisturizer. I'm trying to close it. It's just too thick. It looks like that. It does smell good. It does smell like oranges. So if you like oranges and you like the scent of, just makeup in general, you might like this. But I just don't get the hype with it. And I don't know if I mentioned, but it's $60. That's a lot for whatever this is, to be honest. So that's a lot of money. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys have this product and if you like it or if you don't like it, and if you do like it, how do you use it? Because like I said, I'm just so confused on it, and that's why I never really reach for it. But either way, I don't see anything life-changing with my face when it comes to this product. So that's just my opinion with that product. Now the next thing I want to talk about, let's talk about primer water. Now I do love the collection of this primer water. It's just I do not like the scent of this particular one. I really do love this brand, and it is drugstore. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 primer water, and it's in the scent Cucumber. Now I don't even like cucumber, but I thought I would like it because I do like I said, the other scents in the collection. But I just do not like this one at all. It smells like too much like cucumber, to be honest. I don't know if it's going all over the camera, but I don't like the smell of it. So that's the only reason why I do not like this particular one, is just because of the scent. But I do like the collection. So if you haven't tried it out, I highly suggest the rose water or the coconut one. And I use this before I put my moisturizer on, and then I spray this on, and then I put another primer on top of that. So that's the only reason that I do not like that primer. The next thing I have is another primer, and this one is more, well, I use two different primers. I use primer water first, just to give my face some moisture and hydration, and then I go in with a problematic, which is like my oily T-zone. So I'll use like a matte, what is it called, matte? Yeah, mattifying primer. I had a brain fart. But anyways, this is the Canon Austin Prime and Protect Mattifying Primer SPF 50. This is no longer available, but this was a recommendation from Casey Holmes. She used to love this and rave about it, and I had to look for this sucker. Like, oh my god, it was just crazy. I went like 45 minutes out of my area just to find this primer, and this thing is freaking $60. I think that is a lot for a primer. It doesn't mattify my skin whatsoever. If anything, I feel like my face today looks kind of dry, like on my forehead and right here where my mouth is at. You can't really tell on the camera, but I could see it up close. But it looks like this. Now when I put it on, this is too much. You only need a little bit, like that size amount is more than enough. It has a tint, I don't know if I said it, but you could wear it either by itself for the SPF or under makeup. But it blends out. See, now you can't really see anything. And I feel like it feels a little oily. It doesn't really necessarily look oily on my skin, but it feels oily. But yeah, it's really, really overpriced and overhyped, and I just did not care for this primer. But like I said, it is discontinued, but I did want to talk about it just because I've had this product too. I've had for quite some time already, and I still have a lot of product in it. So I've been trying to use it as much as I can. Like I said, I did use it today, but I just don't see nothing special about it. So that was a pass for me. The next thing I want to talk about is a eyeshadow primer. Now, people used to rave about this eyeshadow primer a long time ago. It used to be their holy grails. Let me know in the comments down below what you think it is. If you know what it is, pause the video and let me know. I'll wait a second. It is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion Primer. That's what it's called? Primer Potion. And it's just the original one. Now, I don't like this because I wish it was a little bit more darker, like not so much darker. I wish it would just cover up like my veins on my eyes, my lids a little bit better. And not only that, I feel like this is another product that is oily on my eyelids. I already have oily eyelids as it is, so I don't need another product on top of that to make my eyes more oily than they already are. But it looks like that. Now it does have a tint when you put it like that, but once you blend it out, you can't see nothing. See? Like you don't even know where I put it at, basically. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like this primer, just because it feels oily, it does nothing for my eyeballs, and when I do have eyeshadow on, it does start to crease within a couple of hours. So it's just not my cup of tea. I don't know how my eye, and I do not like this look what I did today. It took forever and I just do not like it. It looks okay right now, but it's just So let's get into the eyeshadows. Now I'm kind of cheating here because, well, I'll just talk about the brown first. It's from Too Faced and it's the chocolate bar palettes. Now I have the original chocolate bar, I have the semi-sweet chocolate bar, and I have the chocolate bar bonbon. Now I did use the original chocolate bar today, and I love the brand, don't get me wrong, but these eyeshadow palettes are just boring. Like, you know, you sit there, well, I sit here, I look at it, and I'm like, okay, what kind of look do I want to do today? It's just browns and greens and just boring colors, you know? So I had to really think about what eyeshadow look I wanted to do today using this palette, and this is what I came up with. It isn't my best work, but like I said, it's boring. Even the other ones. So this one was the one I used today, the chocolate bar, and then the semi-sweet. And I also feel like they're repetitive. Like you see a lot of the same shades in each chocolate bar palette. So that's what this one looks like. Again, a lot of browns, a lot of neutrals. You do have 2 pops of colors, but I'm like, can I get a look with that, with the browns in it? Like, I don't know. It's very boring to me. And then finally, the last palette that I have from them is the Bonbon. I use this one, and this is probably my least favorite out of the 3, just because I thought like this color, this pink right here, would go with this like darker color and this brown. Like, I just tried to do a look with it and it looked awful on my eyes. So this is my least favorite palette out of the 3. So moving on to mascara. Now, I don't even know if I want to say it because people really love this mascara. And it is the, oh, it's another one from Too Faced. I promise you, I love the brand. I just don't like some of the products. So it's the Better Than Sex mascara. Now, I don't like this mascara because it's overhyped. Like, it dries out way too fast. I do like it on my bottom eyelashes. I do like the wand, but it just dries out fast. And to be honest, I have drugstore mascaras that I prefer better. For instance, I think it's from L'Oreal, the Babby mascara. I like ColourPop's BFF mascara. There's a lot of different mascaras that I like from the drugstore, and this just does not cut it for me. It's $25, so I feel like if I'm gonna pay $25 for a mascara, I rather buy the, what is it, the Lancome, I'm gonna say Mon Prix. That's not even Mon Prix, it's from YSL, but it's the Lancome, what is it? I have it right here. The Monsieur Big Mascara. This is my favorite mascara of all time. This is $25. I prefer that mascara over this one. So if I'm gonna spend $25 on a mascara, it's gonna be on that mascara. And that's just that for that. The next thing, we haven't talked about this yet. Another really over loved product is the Tarte, in my opinion, is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now, I have it in the shade, what is this? 205 Light Sand. I just think it's thick. It looks cakey on me. A little bit does go a long way. You don't need a lot. And it just, when I was putting it on today, it made my under eyes look like I was 20 years older. Like, I'm not even kidding you. You could tell right there that it is a thick formula. I would rather use this like as an eyeshadow primer, because this is the kind of I need to stop using that word. This is the kind of texture that I like to use for my eyeshadow primer. So I just prefer that better for eyeshadow primer, but I do not love this underneath my eyes. How is it looking right now? Yeah, it makes it look old, and you could see it like settling in my fine lines. So I just don't like it, and I just think it's overhyped. The next thing I want to talk about is, let me move some of these products over here. Oopsie. The next one I want to talk about is a highlighter. What is this? A highlighter palette. It is the Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero, what is this? Just, I guess, glow kit. I was going to say eyeshadow. Now, I did have this in my collection a while back, and then I decluttered it. Now, the reason why I decluttered it the first time was because one of my family members actually gave it to me, and it was kind of busted, so I didn't really use it. And I thought, you know what? I want to give this another chance. I want to buy my own to see if I really do like it or if I don't like it. So I bought it, and I regret it. It is a lot of money. Out of all the glow kits in my collection, this would probably be my least favorite out of the entire glow kits that I have. Looks like that. Now, I did mix in this one, which is Forever Lit and Glow Getter, the one next to it. Now, woo, I almost moved you guys again. Sorry. See, you cannot. I like a really beaming highlighter, and I feel like I'm not getting that with this palette. So if you guys do like Nicole Guerrero, then you go ahead and pick it up, because I do like her. So I will keep this in my collection just because it's Nicole Guerrero and I want to support her. But if it's something that you're just you just want to get it because of the colors and you want to try it out, then I wouldn't recommend you buying it, because it is like $45, I believe. But I will swatch a few of them to show you what they look like. That was a really bad swatch. See, the light one is right here. But they look really bright on camera with the swatch, but when you put it on your face, I feel like it doesn't do nothing for me. I don't know if I'm using the wrong brush or what, but I have used it with my Anastasia 823 brush. I have used it with my Jaclyn Hill, what is this? J03 brush. I really love this brush for highlighting and contouring the nose. I do have two of these brushes, but I've used it with a couple of my highlighter brushes, and I just do not like it. Let's try to see if we could add some more to see if I can get like well, you kind of get it right there, but I don't know, I want more. And I feel like this palette doesn't do that for me. Now, if I look shiny, it's because I'm getting oily now. But yeah, I just don't care for this palette out of all the palettes that I have from Anastasia. So that is just my opinion, and just it doesn't work for me. I really wanted it to work for me because I really, like I said, I really do love Nicole Guerrero and I love highlighters, but I just see, you can't really, you gotta really try to catch the light in order to get the real reflection off of it. But the next thing we'll talk about is foundation. Now, this one was another expensive product. It is the Shiseido Synchro, I think it's how you say it, Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, Oil-Free, SPF 30. Looks like this. Now, one, I have it in a horrible shade. It's 160 Shell. It's just way too light for me. I did try to mix it in today with the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer. These are also discontinued. I got it right in the nick of time, but I believe that Catrice still has this Prime and Fine Makeup Transformer drops. Looks like this. So if you can't find the NYX, I highly suggest this one as well. I just go back and forth. So I did mix in some of that NYX, what is it? The mixer, but it still was a little too light on my skin. I will put some, I didn't close it the first time. So it looks like that. You could definitely tell. That's the reason why my face is looking a little white. You could tell like the difference from my arm and my face. That is just too light of a foundation. And it makes me look cakey. Like, I used to love full coverage foundations. I used to love mattifying primers, and I, would just like put a lot of powder on my face and it would be fine. But now I'm noticing that with my skin, it's starting to be more oily than, more dry than oily. So I don't know why, but it's the wrong shade. It's too thick. My forehead looks super dry. Sorry, I'm like dropping everything. But yeah, like I said, I'm starting to get some wear off right here on my chin. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell with these lights, but it is wearing off right here. I'm just not a fan with this look today at all. But some people like it. It doesn't have a smell to it. But yeah, so I think that's the only reason why I don't like it, is just because the shade is off for me and it's just too drying on my skin. But let me know if you guys have it and you like it. I don't know, I might be doing something wrong. The next thing I want to talk about is a bronzer, and it is from Fenty Beauty, and this is the, looks like this. I hate the packaging, first of all, because it just gets super freaking dirty. But this is the, what is this? Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Private Island. It looks like this. Now, I thought this was going to be my perfect color for me, but it is just too light for me. And I had to build and build and build and build to get any kind of color on my skin. Let's do the other hand. See, when I swatch it, it looks like it's dark enough, but then once I put it on my skin, it's just too light. And I have used different brushes. See, it kind of, when you start to blend it, it kind of just blends into nothing. I'm probably doing it wrong with my hands, but I do have it on today. I think you see more of my what is it, blush than this. I think that's what you're seeing mainly is the blush. But yeah, I just don't see the hype on this. I rarely pick this up. I rarely use it. But you kind of could still see the logo on it, the FB. But yeah, I like other bronzers better than this one. So 2 more products and then we will be done. The next one is a loose powder, and it is from Pretty Vulgar. Now, I don't know if this is discontinued. I will let you guys know on the screen if it is discontinued because I haven't been seeing it. But this is another product that was raved about with Casey Holmes, and I literally had to go all the way to a bougie place, Rodeo Drive, to find this powder. It's like an hour away from me, and it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the money. It wasn't worth the drive. It wasn't worth nothing. It doesn't do nothing for me. It doesn't mattify. It just nothing. And this is another product that I've had for a while, and I know I have a lot still left in here, but it just looks like that. I like the sifter though. It doesn't get messy, but yeah, it's just so yeah. But like I said, I don't know if this is going to be discontinued or if they have it or what. Finally, the next product. I think out of all the products that I mentioned today, this one is the worst out of everything that I have in front of me. And it is the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Spray. Now, this is my second bottle that I've gotten. The first time, I don't know if you guys have seen my previous video. It was not my recent video, but a couple videos ago I did a haul from Ulta, and I had purchased this, and in that video I tried to spray it and it like stopped spraying. Well, I had taken it back, and then I had got this one, and I used it again today. This probably was only like the second time that I used this specific bottle, and it did the same thing. Like, look, it's stuck again. The formula is just way too thick, I think that's the reason why it doesn't work. Well, you're not gonna be able to see it because it's white, but it's just the formula, I think, is too thick, and that's the reason why it keeps on getting stuck. But it's such a dud. If you're gonna buy a setting spray, I suggest the one in the black packaging. That is my favorite one. This one is just, and then when you put it on, it literally leaves dots all over my face. I have to go over it with a brush or a sponge, whatever. I used my sponge today, and I just go over it and fix it that way. But a total pass. Highly pass on this. It sucks. But yeah, that is it. We went through 10 products that is overhyped in my opinion. And let me know if you guys enjoyed this type of video, because I can definitely do part 2. I do have a lot of stuff in my, well, not a lot of stuff, but I do have more stuff in my collection that I just don't really care for, so I can do part 2. Just let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. And